Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar, 2026 Breakthrough, How AI Will Fill Your Waiting Room. I'm Alex, and I'm thrilled to be your host for today's session. Whether you're one of Perfect Patient's clients or you're joining us for the first time, welcome and thank you for being here. Perfect Patients helps chiropractors grow their practices online through smart digital marketing. And today we're talking about the biggest change we've seen in years, how artificial intelligence is transforming patient growth. I'm joined by our AI automations team, Timo and Shanae, who have been leading the charge on developing our in-house AI systems. And we also have Kia, our AI consultant, who's been guiding our entire company on how to use AI in smarter, more practical ways. Together, we've spent the last 6 months building, testing, and fine-tuning real AI tools designed specifically for healthcare marketing, and we can't wait to show you what we've been up to. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking, have I missed the AI wave? Or maybe is it too early to start using AI in my practice? The truth is you're actually right on time. Over the last year, AI has moved past the hype phase and is no longer just a buzzword. We've entered the practical stage where real clinics are using AI to do things that make real difference. For example, answering patient queries, writing blog posts or emails using ChatGPT or any AI tool. But here's the exciting part. It's still early enough that if you start now, you'll be way ahead of any of the other chiropractors in your area. You don't have to be a tech expert. You don't have to figure this out alone. Our AI automations team has already done the heavy lifting, and we've tested what works and built the systems and made it simple to plug into your existing practice workflow. So you're not too late, and you're definitely not too early. You're right where you should be. And this right now is a perfect moment to start putting AI to work for your practice. And that's exactly why this conversation matters right now. Because even though AI is becoming more accessible, the real challenge most practices face isn't about technology, it's about time and attention. The reality is patient attention online is getting harder than ever. And on top of that, your front desk is juggling calls, scheduling, follows up, messages, all that sort of thing, whilst you're trying to deliver an amazing, perfect patient experience. And this is where AI comes in. The promise of this session is simple. AI can help you attract more new patients without adding to your admin work. So in this webinar, we're going to show you exactly how to do that. So first of all, let's look at what Perfect Patients has been up to. This year alone, we held a 3-day summit in Dallas, Texas. We flew in a selection of staff from Australia, South Africa, Canada, and the USA to plan our strategy and an AI roadmap. From that, we rolled out a company-wide AI training for all of our staff. We also launched a dedicated AI automations department within the company, and we brought along Kia on board as our consultant to help shape what comes next and guide us on this journey. So what you see today isn't theory, it's the real progress we've made and what it means for your practice in 2026. So here's what's coming up in today's webinar. Do a quick agenda overview. First of all, Timo will tell you how AI is changing online visibility. He'll introduce our new Geo project he's been working on. And Shanae will be talking about chatbots and how they're transforming patient communication. And Ikea will give us a look at how marketing is leading the AI transformation. Finally, we'll come together to talk about the existing AI features that are built right into Perfect Patients and what's planned. And then we'll wrap up with a free resource that you can download right away, our AI readiness checklist. It's a swipe file that you can download and use to help take the next steps. Also, if you have any questions, please just drop them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them during the webinar. And if we don't get to you, we'll definitely follow up with you via email. So sit back and relax and let's see how AI is reshaping practice growth in 2026 and how Perfect Patients is helping you stay ahead of the curve. So I'll hand you over to Timo, who's our SEO expert who's turned into AI automations engineer. So Timo, take it away.
Thank you, Alex. Yes, so AI is totally changing the way people interact with the internet and information on the internet. Google has basically dominated the space for the last 20 years. And the gateway to the internet and information on the internet has always been Google. But since AI has changed the way people communicate, platforms like ChatGPT now give you a direct route to web pages and websites, services, and products. So just as an example, someone working on ChatGPT, they're going through daily tasks, and all of a sudden they have a sharp pain in their back. Why would they leave that platform to go to Google to search for a chiropractor or services or treatment plans? So that shift has caused Google to start losing traffic, and it is really starting to grow in AI search. So what do the stats say? ChatGPT has 800 million weekly users. AI traffic is up 527% in the last year, and it is growing 165 times faster than Google. So it just shows you there is a huge shift from traditional Google searches to AI search. Google still plays a major role when it comes to search, but there is a very clear shift. Now, the next question is, can we actually optimize for AI search? So the answer is luckily yes, and it's called GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. So it's basically just SEO for AI platforms. So how do we optimize for AI search? Well, because it's still so new, we sort of had to figure it out. It's taken a lot of research and a lot of case studies for us to actually see what works and what doesn't. And a question we get asked a lot, aren't they the same though? Isn't SEO and GEO the same thing? So they are related, but they're not the same. SEO factors help GEO, and factors like Google reviews, quality content, FAQs, backlinks, all those things are positive for GEO. But GEO needs some extra optimization. And it's a lot to do with the format of the text, the format of the content, for instance, tables, bullet point lists, where the content is placed, and then also more technical stuff like schema markup and also citation-friendly structures. I think a key thing to also note that it's not one or the other. There's a lot of cross-platform search that happens. So for instance, people would go into ChatGPT and search for a chiropractor. They would get a name and they would go to Google and research it further. So on that, let me quickly show you an example. Okay, so here we're looking at the results of a ChatGPT search, and it does look similar to a Google search in some ways. You have a list of results, but where AI goes further is it gives you reasons as to why these are potentially good options for you. You'll notice with this specific search that I have, it doesn't actually show any links at the bottom of the results, and this is where it's the cross platform search often happens. So you'll get your option that you want. So let's take the first one. Why it stands out: a high volume of reviews with perfect ratings suggests consistent positive expectations or experiences, and the family and sports label indicates likely cover everything from general wellness to athletic performance. So if you were looking for a sports chiropractor, you'd know this is probably a good one. So a lot of people would just copy that name and then go into Google search and then search further. So they do complement each other in some ways. Then if you look at the Google search, that's the traditional Google search, you'll notice that the same result we have first on maps, but it's not first in the organic search. So the reason I wanted to show that is just so that you can see that it's not exactly the same position. So if you rank number one in Google, it doesn't mean that you are going to be ranked number one in ChatGPT or other AI platforms. It also doesn't mean that you're going to be ranked at all in AI platforms. So there are a few things that we need to look at and ensure actually are optimized so that you are visible in both. All right, so then I think the question is, how exactly do we optimize this? So from our research, we have determined a list of factors that influence visibility in AI search. And we did so through case studies, research, and testing, mostly testing, because it is still so new that it's impossible to go onto the internet and find the first person that tells you, okay, you do 1, 2, 3. So we actually had to go test this with live sites and get some real results before we could confidently say that we knew what would affect this. So after that, I mean, again, the problem is that there are a lot of new software and platforms out there, but none of them are proven. So we already know a list of factors that influence this. So what we decided was to rather build our own platform to optimize for GEO. So how this works is we take a website and then we run it through ChatGPT APIs, and then we get a list of results or ranking results, and we average that out to show you your average ranking. So as you can see, it is 4 different services. So we'll do it for each specific service that we need to check. And then what happens is we crawl the website for all the pages and then measure that against those metrics or those factors that we know we need to optimize a site. And once we've done that, we get a complete report that shows us exactly what needs to happen on the website to make it more AI visible and more AI friendly. So it'll give us a list of improvements to make, and we then pass that on to the rest of our team, and that they make those improvements for us. As you can see, we've got four services on here, with laser therapy not showing up in the top 10. So we know that laser therapy needs more work than the others, although we will optimize for all 4 of them. Now, if you look at the report again, you'll notice that there is something missing in on the laser therapy page, and we've picked this up in our audit where there's no structured FAQ present, and that would be the first thing that we would do, and then we would optimize all the rest of the pages together with that. So I think I can talk about this platform and go into deep detail, but I don't think that's necessary for at this moment. But then we do track also, we track the performance month on month and ensure that the visibility increases as we make the changes. So yes, I think the important thing here is really that this is not a replacement for traditional SEO. Google search is still huge, and it will still be huge for a long time in the future. This is something that complements it. There is a shift happening from traditional search to AI search. You just want to ensure that you are visible on both platforms, or all platforms, basically. And yeah, one's not a replacement for the other, but it is very important that you get onto the GEO boat now. It is still early days, so early adopters will always have an advantage. The competition is lower, and you can build some authority in AI search if you start early. So yes, SEO is still important, but there is a shift. So GEO is also still important. And I think that concludes my part.
Thank you for that, Timo. That was fantastic overview of how search engines are changing. I can give you a real life story of that. The other day, I was carrying a cup of tea downstairs, as you do, sneezed, and put my neck out. And so I actually thought I'd broken my neck carrying a cup of tea downstairs. I went straight to ChatGPT, as you do. Can you break your neck sneezing? Which it assured me you can't. But it did then say you should go and visit a chiropractor, you know, for an adjustment. So that would have been a logical thing to then say, well, where's the nearest chiropractor? Who's the best chiropractor in my area? Because I think people are using AI as an answer engine rather than just Googling, got a pain in my neck. They're actually going to go to ChatGPT and say, I've sneezed, my neck hurts. What do I do? ChatGPT will give us a suggestion, and then you'll want to follow up. So yeah, that's a really good overview of how people are changing how they search for things online. So
Yeah.
so it's when people find your practice online, the next challenge, of course, is trying to keep people engaged once they've got to your website. So somebody comes in, they found you online, they now want to talk to you. So Shawnee is going to give us a bit of an overview now of what we're doing on chatbots with perfect patients. Shawnee, do you want to
Yes.
roll with
Um,
your project?
yes, thank you so much for introducing my lovely passion project here. I'm a big fan of chatbots. I think they're very, very fun. I think one of the main reasons is that in today's like very digital world, and the urgency and consistency of instantaneous answers and response, um, that carries over into healthcare very avidly. Um, I think most website visitors make a decision about whether or not they want to stay within 8 to 10 seconds. And that's how small your window is to capture their attention, show your credibility, and even provide value. And I think that AI-powered chatbots ensures that your practice is always available to engage new patients, no matter the hour. And I think the biggest benefit of this is you don't even have to have a single staff member online. And I think that that really correlates to the fact that the speed matters. And studies actually show that patients are 5 times more likely to convert when they receive an instant response. And a chatbot provides that immediacy, responding sometimes within seconds about questions regarding services, pricing, bookings, um, instead of leaving your site to look elsewhere. A patient then gets the reassurance and information they need right away, which not just has the benefit of functionality, but also the benefit in really honing in on that patient and practice relationship and the trust in your practice overall. Um, and I think that it also really can help with reducing the staff workload, because it's so prevalent that your front desk and support staff are the front facing and they're the first interaction that I want to say customers, but that's the wrong word. But your patients have when they go into your practice, and it's sometimes really difficult for them because they're juggling multiple responsibilities. And an AI chatbot can take care of the routine and repetitive questions, such as, what are your hours? Do you accept my insurance? Or how do I reschedule? And this automation frees up your team to really focus on high value interactions, welcoming patients, managing in office needs, and also delivering a very personalized care. And this then creates a higher satisfaction score. I think the very fast and helpful responses translates directly to happier patients. And when people feel heard and supported, even outside of business hours, their overall satisfaction and loyalty increases. I think that AI sometimes has a stigma that it can sound very cold and very distant, which is not what you want when someone's coming to you and they're looking for something as intimate as care. But our support chatbots project is designed to give patients accurate and, most importantly, empathetic answers every time. Um, and I think that that's just something that's really important in the overall result, in a smoother experience, having less frustration and having a stronger relationship between your practice and your patients. Um, so I'm very, very, very excited for what we're doing here at Perfect Patients with the chatbots, and I think it's going to really make a very noticeable difference in just the way that the admin is handled in your practice. And I think that's also going to maybe affect the marketing a little bit, which Kia will talk about in a second. So I'm going to pop it over to Kia so he can say his little bit.
Awesome. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Cool. I'll just give a quick intro to myself. So I'm Kia. If you guys are AI automation enthusiasts, you may or may not have seen a couple of my videos on YouTube. I've been working in Gen AI since 2023, since I guess when the whole thing kind of started. And so far, I've implemented AI across multiple businesses in 10 plus industries. And honestly, when I first started in the AI space back in 2023, I would say almost everyone was skeptical about AI. No one really believed in its capabilities, and no one really believed it was here to stay. But fast forwarding over to 2025, I think it's no secret to anyone that AI is here to stay and that it'll change everything from the way we literally use our phones and computers to the way we end up running our businesses. But unlike what some people might say, this change will be gradual over time. You won't suddenly wake up tomorrow and the world is a completely different place. The reality is that different industries will adopt AI at different capacities, depending obviously on a bunch of factors, the most important one being AI capabilities. For example, you won't expect to see AI plumbers and electricians just yet. But as AI and robotics capabilities improve, even those industries will significantly change over time. So yes, I very much do believe that every industry will change with AI, even healthcare. Or if you were to ask someone like Sam Altman, he's going to say especially healthcare. For context, if you guys don't know who Sam Altman is, he's the CEO of OpenAI, and he's very bullish on AI in healthcare. Now, a lot of people might say that this sounds super scary, and honestly, I completely get it. Change and uncertainty are definitely scary things. But the message that I want to get across to you today is that within every big change, there's always an even bigger opportunity. The AI opportunity, just like the internet opportunity back in the late 1990s, will give those who embrace AI today a massive competitive advantage. Like I always say, if you want to lead your industry, now is your chance. We're still quite early to business AI adoption, and if you get in early, you're going to win big. But if you don't, you're going to struggle to catch up tomorrow. Now, some people hear this and they make the mistake of trying to AI-ify their entire business right away, literally automating everything. I've already heard so many business owners saying, I'm going to automate everything. I'm going to go to Hawaii and sip cocktails for the rest of my life. It's not necessarily the right approach at this very moment in time because AI capabilities only allow for so many real-world use cases. But over the next few years, as AI capabilities improve, the number of use cases will also exponentially increase. Now, from my experience, marketing is the first industry to completely transform with AI. And the beauty of marketing is that literally every business needs marketing. That's how you get your clients or patients, right? So technically what I'm trying to say is every business should at a minimum be using AI within their marketing efforts. Now, as Alex mentioned earlier on, we've been working closely with Perfect Patients for months now, helping them with their AI transformation. They've already invested a ton of resources in becoming AI first, and they're still pushing the boundaries of what's possible when it comes to AI in marketing. Having worked with other agencies as well, I can tell you that Perfect Patients is on a different level when it comes to AI enthusiasm and readiness. And at this rate, I can almost guarantee that they're going to lead the AI marketing revolution in the future. Because unlike what some other agencies are doing, and I don't want to say anything about our other agencies, they're not just using AI as a buzzword. My team is working very closely with the internal AI department at Perfect Patients, i.e. Alex, Timo, and Shane, which you see on the call, across multiple AI initiatives, and we have a ton more planned for the future. So for those of you who already rely on Perfect Patients for your marketing efforts, I can say that from an AI perspective, you're in great hands. And for those of you who don't, I'd recommend definitely engaging them if you want to ride the AI marketing wave to success. That said, I'm going to pass it back to Alex to talk about some of Perfect Patients' AI marketing initiatives.
Thank you, Kia. That was awesome. We're very lucky to have Kia on board with us, as you can tell. If you're interested in AI in any way, definitely look him up on YouTube. He's got a brilliant YouTube channel that you update weekly, right, Kia? It's kind of
Yeah, I mean, I try every couple of days, but YouTube is a full-time job. Some people, it's very hard to do it if you've ever done YouTube before. So yeah,
it's great, as you can tell. So
thanks, Alex.
let's have a look at what we've been doing. What these are some projects that we've actually got already running and some that we've got planned ahead here. Um, Anyone could just jump in if you want to summarize some of these as well, guys. First one here is our AI content creation. We've had this in our backend in our dashboard for quite a while now. I think in January, as soon as we got access to the OpenAI API calls, we built this into our actual dashboard where you can generate a blog post or an email by just using AI. We've got some predefined prompts in there for you as well. Do you want me to quickly demonstrate that, guys? Try share a screen and bring that in. Let me bring this across. Okay, so you're now looking at our perfect patients dashboard. If you're already with us, you'll recognize this dashboard. If you're thinking of taking us as your marketing specialists, this is what a dashboard that you would get when you log in. I'm just going to quickly go and try and create a blog post. This is just all live here, guys. Could go. Oops, it's logged me out. There you go. That's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to add a new blog post here. Give me a title. Let's think of a title. I had one. And let's do benefits 20-minute daily walk. Do you want to write a blog post about this subject? So we'll ask AI, is this title any good? So it's come up with the power of 20, why a daily walk can transform your well-being. So yeah, let's use that title. Okay, so now let's try and write the blog post. But this is where you'd write a prompt as if you're kind of prompting AI. So this is what you would kind of. You don't really want any more than 400 words. You can pick your tone, whether you want it informal, educational, humorous. Let's do humorous. Writing style, let's stick with, you can pick some of your different styles. Let's stick with creative. Let's see what it comes up with. And there you go. It's created you a blog post instantly on the power of taking a walk for 20 minutes. It's just so you can see how quickly AI has kind of generated this blog post for you. You could do something like this for an email as well. We've got it in our email tool. It gives you a start. It might not be the exact post that you want to write, but you can then go in and you can adjust it and make it more about what you want to do. But you can see there in just kind of under 2 minutes, it's written you a blog post where you don't have to kind of think about things from scratch. So that's already in. That's already in our dashboard. What else have we got coming up here? We have a brand differentiation project that's in the pipeline. That one we're going to use. This project isn't complete yet. We're still in the planning phase for this. This is what it's going to take a look at your website, reviews that people have left on your website, social media, look at what your competitors are doing, and uncover what makes your practice unique. So it's going to highlight gaps between your perception and intention and score how you compare locally. And then our marketing team will take these insights and turn them into a kind of patient-focused message that will build trust and connect emotionally and help bring in more of your ideal patients. So it finds your kind of brand voice using AI. So that project, I'm really excited about getting our teeth into that one. That'll involve all of us here. Enhanced data insights. That's more about what Timo has given us a bit of an overview on his Geo project about how people are searching differently and data insights from those search. And Shawnee gave you do you want to say anything on that, Timo?
Yeah. We're just continually building on that. I mean, we're very happy with the results we're getting already, but obviously we can go pretty deep with everything available to us now. So we're definitely using everything that we can to make sure that we have an advantage over everyone else.
And then Shawnee's already covered the chatbots, about how we're going to use chatbots to help with patient experience as they come. And this isn't about replacing staff. This is about taking some pressure off your staff at the front end desk. They can kind of answer some questions up front.
Yeah.
Shawnee, each practice is kind of got their own unique kind of things that they do. If they decide to use one of our chatbots, would they be able to customize it more to how their practice is? Is there any kind of way they could do that?
So one of the things that we are trying to work towards is ensuring that the chiropractor or the practice owner, depending on which, has a say on or responds to a set of questions, and with that we'll be able to understand what the tone looks like and build the content around that. I think that with the chatbot, it's really important to understand that we're not trying to replace people. As with a lot of AI projects, we're not looking to remove them entirely, but we're looking to assist them. And chatbots, I think, is just a very, very good example of that, just making it more simple. But we do want to maintain that human emotion and that human aspect of the AI.
Perfect. So hopefully you've got some ideas from this, and you're excited about how AI can fill your practice, your waiting room, without adding any more stress to your daily routine. Let's see if I think we've got some questions come in. Just gonna have a look what came in here. We got one from Darren. He says, "When do you plan to launch the Geo project?" Timo, do you want to answer that one?
Sure. So I can say that we've already started with our Geo project. So we've already got quite a number of live clients on that project. And yeah, we're hoping to roll out. We've already started seeing really good results. So we're hoping to roll out to as many people as possible. We can get all our clients visible in our search and send or traffic and clients or patients their way.
Another one here from Barbara that says, "How quickly is AI search going to replace Google search, and is the data easy to understand?" Sorry, these are all Geo questions for you, Timo, but that's what people are asking.
No worries. So, I mean, that's a very difficult question to answer. I mean, I don't know that it will overtake at any time soon or whether it will or not. Like I mentioned, I think they work very much together. And I think they'll probably, at least for the next decade, still be a space for Google, if not longer. because I think Google's also adapting, right, to the way people search and so on. So will it ever be gone? I don't think so. But I think the rate at which AI search is growing is what we're really interested in. So, like I said, I think it's 264 times faster than Google AI search is growing. So it is catching up, and I think it's in small increments still. I think it'll take a while to change people's habits in the way they search. And as I showed as well, there's cross-platform searches that also happen. So people are using both, but a lot of people are moving to AI. And I think that the key reason is that it's just more and more people are using AI daily because it just helps with tasks, work tasks, but also getting information at home, settling dinner disputes, fact checking whether what the husband or wife said was right. So people are just spending more and more time on there. And I mean, the natural progression is just to get to search for your products and your services directly on the same platform. And yeah, so I think so. To answer the question, I don't know that it will ever happen, and if it does, it might still be long. But the amount of traffic and amount of growth on our platforms definitely makes it doesn't make sense not to be on them. You sort of have to. You don't really. I mean, people can decide not to, but you'll be shooting yourself in the foot. You need to be visible in AI.
Totally,
No,
totally agree with you, man.
I'll add one thing there as well. Just Timo already mentioned this, but I think it's so important. I just want to emphasize on it. Doing geo today is like doing SEO back in like 1998 or like the early 2000s, right? Because there's barely any competition. Any efforts you put in will have an outsized return. But then every day, every month, every year that goes past, more and more people will realize this opportunity and they'll jump on it. And the harder it gets for you to actually rank within these platforms. So literally all of your focus should be trying to rank number one on geo straight away before all the other so-called marketing noise comes in when everyone else realizes. And that window of opportunity is today, but it might not be here in 6 months, in a year, or in 2 years' time. And so I just wanted to reiterate how important that is. Like, obviously, more and more people will use AI search over time, but also more and more people will realize that geo is a thing and they'll try and invest in geo. But if you're early to it, you'll have outsized returns and you'll be able to beat them a lot easier than trying to do it in 2 or 3 years' time.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we've got any more time for questions here. Let's kind of wrap it up. So if you haven't asked a question already, please drop anything in chat. It will be there, and we will answer you via email later on, or we'll try and chat after this webinar. I think the key takeaway here is AI isn't a trend anymore. It's really becoming the backbone of patient engagement and practice growth. So I think that's what you've got to take home here. You can also take home our AI readiness checklist. You can download it somewhere. I'm not sure where you can download it. I can't see it from here, but there'll be a download link somewhere to download this PDF. It's a great way to take the first steps and to get going on that. So grab that and get ahead of the curve. And if you want to talk about how we can bring these tools into your practice, our team's always here ready to help. So just contact us at Perfect Patients about any questions you have, anything about today or anything that you want to ask in future. Just please contact us. So thank you again for watching. And I hope this has answered some questions about what Perfect Patients is doing for your practice.